Hola, and welcome to another Spanish lesson. In this lesson, we're going to be learning all about the verb gustarse. So grab your cuadernos and your bolígrafos, and let's get started. Now, gustarse means to be pleasing to oneself. Now, it's a rather strange verb because it does not behave like our other verbs. You know that when you're conjugating verbs, you have 5 possible persons who can do the action. Gustarse is not like that. Gustarse actually has only 2 forms. Gustarse is either singular, so we're just getting straight into it. It's either singular or plural. In the singular form, we use gusta. And in the plural form, we use gustan. Another thing that we want to know about the verb gustarse is our reflexive ending. We have met this before, but this reflexive ending is going to be your direct object pronoun ending. Or rather, it's going to be converted to your direct object pronouns. And your direct object pronouns are like this. Me, te, le, nos, les. Now, literally what these mean are to me, to you, and this is the familiar you, to him, to her, to you, the polite you, to us, to them, or to you all. And we could also have included our subject pronouns, and our typical subject pronouns are, no, we're not going to use the subject pronouns. Let's not confuse the issue. Let's just continue. All right. So let's rewrite these using the gusta and the gustan so we can see how it works. Then I'm going to give you a little bit of an English grammar lesson to teach Spanish, all right? Let's go. So let's break it down. Me gusta and me gustan. So the me gusta, which is the singular form of gustar, means, I'm going to say, let's not use to, let's say it, because one thing is it, right? It pleases me. And with the gustan, because it's the plural, it would become they please me. Literally, I like it or I like them. And one thing we want to also note about gustar is that we don't use this with people. We don't say gusta for people. There's another term altogether if you want to say you like someone. Let's continue. Then we have te, gusta, and te, gustan. Again, singular plural. It pleases you, or you like it. they please you, or you like them. Remember at all times that this second person is the familiar, and we have the second person you rather is the familiar, and we do have a third person you, which is the formal. Then we come to our third person, which carries three possible persons who can do the liking. So it could be it pleases him, her, or you, or he, she likes it, or always have to be correct grammatically, you like it. Then we have le gustan, they please him, her, or you, or he or she likes them, or you like them. And we move to the plural section. Remember, if I'm going too fast, pause, rewind. The beauty of a video. Then we go to nos gusta, it pleases us, or we like it. Nos gustan, they please us, or we like them. And the final one, les gusta, it pleases them, or you all, or they or you all like it. And the same less, but this time with the plural form of gustan, they please them, or you all, or they or you all like them. Now, one of the issues students tend to have with this verb is because there is the familiarity of conjugating a verb and having the pronoun match the verb, gustar has always been an awkward verb to use. But let's do that little English session. In every sentence, you have a subject, you have the verb, and you have the object. So I'm going to use the whole concept of like to bring out the whole concept of what it is that gusta really does. So I like, let's just say, no, let me not use like right now. Let us say I read the book. I read the book. Now in this sentence, our verb is read. The action that we're doing is reading. Now, who or what is doing the reading is the subject of the sentence. And so I am doing the reading, so I become the subject. Now, the recipient of the action becomes the object of the sentence. And so the recipient, or the thing that is being read in this case, is the book. So this is the object of the sentence. Now, here is what happens typically in Spanish. We usually, when we're conjugating, we usually ensure that the verb is focused or matches the subject. So if we were to translate this particular sentence, the verb for read is leer, and I'm going to use the subject pronoun because I like to use my subject pronouns for emphasis. So this sentence would become yo leo el libro. And so the focus, the verb's focus, that verb's focus is on the person who is doing the action. Now, what makes gustar interesting is that it reverses that order. So the focus of gustar is not on the person doing the action, but on the recipient. So in the case of gustar, it's not on the person who is doing the liking, but the focus is on the thing that is liked. And so if we should take this same book, and rather than saying that we read the book or I read the book, and say I like the book, and this is why gustar has two forms, singular or plural, because you like either one thing or more than one thing. So when you say no, I like the book, and we're going to be using our direct object pronouns, we now need to look at, what I usually tell students is this: look at the thing that is liked. Is it one thing that is liked or more than one thing? So the book is what is liked, and the book is singular. So if the book is singular, it's not rocket science. The form of gustar that you're going to use is going to be the singular form, which is gusta. Who is doing the liking? I, which is that first person direct object pronoun, which is me. And for book, the book, el libro. Now that's pretty straightforward. Where it gets a little bit complicated is where you have a singular person liking more than one things, or a plural person liking just one thing. Let's look at two quick examples of that. So let's use the same concept of the book. So it's not just one book that you like anymore, but you like the books. I like the books. The same principle applies. Look at the thing or things that is liked or that are liked. In this case, it's the books, plural. And so if it's the books, plural, that are liked, the plural form of gustar is gustan. The plural for the books, this L becomes los and libro becomes libros. But who is doing the liking? It is still first person, I, which is me. So me gustan, to me are pleasing the books. So the focus shifts from who is doing the liking to the thing that is liked. Let's look at a few more examples because the examples will bring them out. And I'm still using books. So let us say that, you know, you have that third person, that very funny third person, and With the third person, it's always a bit tricky because there are three persons that can be possibly doing the liking, right? Let us say that it is now she likes the book. Again, we do the same thing. What is the thing that is liked or the things that are liked? The book. Is it singular or plural? It's singular. If it's singular, you use gusta. And we know that the book is el libro. But now we have to look at who is doing the liking. She. We know that when it comes down to the she, that's the third person. And so this would be le. Gusta el libro. Now, what I tell my students to do as well is this, for emphasis, because you want to be sure that whoever is reading it or whoever is listening know that it is she you're talking about and not he or you. Add in your pronouns. You cannot go wrong with your pronouns, cannot go wrong with them. And this literally is saying, to her is pleasing the book. Let's continue with she. And she's now going to like what? More than one book. She likes the books. Again, look at it. What is a thing or things that are liked? The books. If it's plural, we use gustan. The plural for the books, los libros. And guess what? She has not changed. It's still she who likes all of those books. So this still remains le, and we still can add our pronoun out here for emphasis. It gets more interesting. Just hang in there. Because you know, if we've done the singular, we're going to have to do the plural, all right? So now, let's move on to we. We like the one book. We all like that one book. Look at what is liked. The one book. If it's one thing that is liked, it's gusta. El libro for the book. And then what is our direct object pronoun out here? Nos, gusta. This is one of the things that students tend to get really mixed up with because they're accustomed to when they see we, they put on the gustamos. It's just nos gusta el libro. To us is pleasing the one book. Let's continue with a plural form of this example. We like the books. Again, and one of the things that you'll notice is that we just have to pin it down to a formula or pin it down to a routine. You see the question or the statement and you're not quite sure, okay, they're using like. What is the thing that is liked? What are the things that are liked? Let's find what is liked. The books. Is it one thing or more than one thing? It's more than one thing in this case. If it's more than one thing, gustan. Los libros. And it's still we who is doing the liking. So this still remains, not we who is, we who are doing the liking. And so this remains nos. Just one more example. Because we have to do the third person plural, right? So let us say now, this is saying you all like the book. Let's do the routine. What is a thing that is liked? Is it one thing or more than one thing? The book, singular. So if it's singular, it has to be gusta. El libro. And the pronoun, the direct object pronoun now for the you all, is now les. And again, because you want to be sure that persons know we're talking about you all and not them or they, you want to add your pronoun just for emphasis. And let's wrap it up with a plural form of this example. You all like the books. Let's do the routine. What is the thing that is liked, or the things that are liked? The books. Singular or plural? Plural. If it's plural, we use gusta. Plural for the books, los libros. And or direct object pronoun remains, lo siento, les gustan los libros. Or direct object pronoun remains les. Now there's one little, as we would say in Jamaica, broader part of this whole discussion on GUSTARSE, because in this case we have been just looking at the objects. What about if it's an action that the person likes? So I want to say, I like to read, or I like to dance, or I like to sing. Very simple, very simple. Muy fácil. I like to sing. It's one thing that you like to do, right? Which is to sing. So it's not really rocket science. Again, it's just one thing that you like to do, to sing. So again, it is gusta. And the verb now, cantar. Because remember that when you see the to in front of your verb, it is in the infinitive. You don't conjugate it. And there's a principle in Spanish where when you have two verbs occurring in the sentence beside each other especially, the first one is conjugated and the second one remains in the infinitive or in its original unconjugated state. And then who is doing the liking? First person, I. Me gusta. So, if we have a singular example using the verb, we're going to have a plural example as well. And so, here we go. I like to sing and dance. Now, what are the actions, lo siento, what are the actions that I like to do? I like to both sing and dance. Two actions, more than one thing. So I'm going to use gustan. And the same principle applies because it's going to be I like to sing and to dance. The to with the dance is implied. So me gustan cantar y bailar. And who is doing the liking? It's same me. And in a nutshell, that's the verb gustarse. Thank you for watching this video. Adios.